Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we delve into the intricacies of Republic Act Number 1131, a landmark legislation that regulates the practice of criminology in the Philippines. I am pleased to guide you through the salient provisions of this act, shedding light on its significance and impact on the criminological profession. Republic Act 11131 was created to regulate the practice of criminology profession, repealing the purpose of Republic Act 6506. This law governs the licensure examination, supervision, and regulation of the practice of criminology, as well as the standardization of criminology education. This law also monitors the professional competence of criminologists through attainment of advanced knowledge, skills, and ethical values in a post-licensure specialization, self-directed research, or lifelong learning. Republic Act 11131 integrates all criminology professional groups and membership of all registered criminologists to accredited professional organization, as endorsed by the Professional Regulatory Board for Criminology and by the approval of the Professional Regulation Commission. The criminology profession has been highly recognized by the state as vital part in the maintenance of the peace and order, national security, maintaining and public safety, and the development of the whole nation. Thus, Republic Act 11131, otherwise known as the Philippine Criminology Profession Act of 2018, was created to regulate the practice of criminology profession in the Philippines. Due to the advancement and global trends in the practice of was created to regulate the practice of criminology profession in the Philippines due to the advancement and global trends in the practice of criminology profession. This act effectively repeals Republic Act 6506 that created the Board of Examiners for Criminologists of the Philippines. Republic Act 1131 was passed by the Senate of the Philippines as Senate Bill number 452 on March 12, 2018, and was adopted by the House of Representatives as an amendment to House Bill number 719, authored by Representative Gary Alejano and Representative Maximo Rodriguez Jr. on September 11, 2018. This act was approved by President Rodrigo R. Duterte on November 8, 2018.
Scope of the criminology practice. This act increased the scope of the criminology practice as stated in Section 5. A licensed and a registered criminologist can be practiced each profession as law enforcement administrator, executive, advisor, consultant, investigator, an agent, or can be employed in any private or school agencies performing law enforcement and quasi-police function as the following. Section 5 RA 11131 Paragraph A. Number 1. Philippine National Police. 2. Bureau National Bureau of Investigation. Number 3. Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. Number 4. Bureau of Fire Protection. Number 5. Bureau of Jail Management and Penology. Number 6. Probation and Parole Administration. Number 7. Bureau of Internal Revenue. Number 8. Bureau of Customs. Number 9. Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Number 10. Philippine Postal Corporation. Number 11. Sea and Air Marshals. Number 12. VIP Security. Number 13. Airport and Seaport Police. Number 14. National Intelligence Coordinating Agency. Number 15. Intelligence Service of an Armed Forces of the Philippines. Qualification of the chairperson and members of a board. The chairperson and each member shall, at the time of their appointment, possess all these qualifications: must be a natural-born Filipino citizen and a resident of the Philippines, must be of good moral character, good reputation, and of sound mind and body, not convicted by a court competent juris- jurisdiction of any offense involving moral turpitude, must be a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Criminology and the holder of a postgraduate degree in criminology from a reputable school recognized by SCHED, or a criminologist lawyer in good standing before the Supreme Court and the Integrated Bar of the Philippines, must be a registered criminologist with a valid certificate of registration and a valid professional identification card, having at least 10 years of practice in the profession prior to appointment, including no less than 2 years teaching experience of criminology or law subjects in full-time or part-time capacity in any college of criminology, college of law, or law enforcement training institutions recognized by relevant government agency. Must be a member in good standing of the AIPO, but not an officer or trustee thereof. Must not be a member of the faculty or any school, college, or university where a regular class or review courses in criminology is offered. Not a member of the staff of reviewer in a review school or center of criminologists, and must be not have any direct or indirect pecuniary interest in any such institution.
Qualification of the chairperson and members of the board. The chairperson and each member shall, at the time of their appointment, possess all these qualifications, must be a member in a good standing of the AIPO but not an officer or trustee thereof, must not be a member of the faculty of any school, college, or university where a regular class or review course in criminology is offered, nor a member of the staff of reviewers in a review school or center for criminologists, and must not have any direct or indirect pecuniary interest in any such institution. Qualification of an applicant for the licensure examination. An applicant for the licensure examination for criminologists shall satisfactorily prove that one possesses the following qualification: must be a citizen of the Republic of the Philippines, or a foreign citizen whose country or state has reciprocity with the Philippines in the practice of criminology, must be of good moral character, good reputation, and of sound mind and body, certified by the school where he or she graduated and the barangay where he or she lives, unless the examinee is a foreign national. A certification from any professional criminologist of good standing will do. Must hold a bachelor's degree in criminology duly accredited by the CHED and conferred by a school or college or university duly authorized by the government or its equivalent programs as provided by the PRB, obtained by either a Filipino or foreign citizen from an institution of learning in a foreign country or states, provided that it is duly recognized and or accredited by the CHED, must not have been convicted of an offense involving moral turpitude, by a court of competent jurisdiction. Those who failed 5 times, whether consecutive or cumulative, in the criminologist's licensure examination must present a certification issued by a reputable institution duly recognized by the CHED that such applicant has satisfactorily completed a refresher course in criminology. Rating of licensure examination. To pass the licensure examination for criminologists, a candidate must obtain a weight average rating of 75%, with no less than 60% in any given subject. In case the examine obtains a weight average rating of 75% but has a grade below 60% in any of the subjects, the result of the examination shall be deferred, and the examine shall be required to retake that particular subject. The deferred examine shall only be allowed to retake once within 2 years from the date of the examination and shall be required to obtain a grade not lower than 80% on the subject to be considered to have passed the licensure examination. If the examine failed to retake after the lapse of 2 years or failed to get the passing mark of 80%, the examine shall retake all the board subjects. Any examine who failed 3 or more board subjects shall be deemed to have failed the board examination. Scope for Criminology Licensure Examination. Republic Act 11131 updates the scope of the licensure examination as is stated in Section 15. The licensure examination effective December 2022 shall include but shall not limited to the following: criminal law and jurisprudence, 20% with 100 items; law enforcement administration, 15% with 100 items; criminal detection and investigation, 20% with 100 items; criminalistic, 15% with 100 items. Under Section 22 of Republic Act 6506, below are the work opportunities: 1. Professor, instructor, or teacher in criminology. 2. Law enforcement administrator, executive advisor, consultant, or agent in any government or private agency. Number 3. Technician in dactyloscopy, ballistic, question document, police photography, lie detection, forensic chemistry, and other scientific aspects of crime detection. Correctional administrator, executive supervisor, worker, or officer in any correctional and penal institution. Last, counselor, expert, advisor, and a researcher in any government or private agency. Submission of report of rating, as stated in Section 18 of Republic Act 11131, the Board of Criminology shall submit to the PRC the ratings obtained by the candidates not later than 10 days after the last day of the examination, unless the period is extended for a valid cause. Oath: Republic Act 11131 reiterates in Section 19 that a successful examine of licensure examination is required to take an oath of profession in person before the board of any its member, with accredited integrated national organization of criminologists in a mass oath-taking. Section 19 Republic Act 11131. In the event the examinee failed to participate in the joint mass oath-taking, he or she shall make a formal request for approval of the board stating the reasonable cause. Section 10, Paragraph 1 of Republic Act 11131.
Issuance of certificate of registration and professional identification card. Section 20 of Public Act 1131 stated that a certificate of registration bearing the signatures of the chairperson and members of the board, with the official seal of the commission of the board, shall be issued to those who wants to register, subject to payment of fees. Section 20 of Public Act 11131. The certificate of registration shall remain in full force and effect until withdrawn, suspended or revoked, in accordance with the RA number 11131, Section 20, Republic Act 11131. Lateral entry as a registered criminologist. As stated in Section 36 of Republic Act 11131, if the applicant meets the general qualification for appointment as provided in the existing laws of appointment of police officers in the PNP, BJMP, BFP, PDEA, or NBI, a registered criminologists who are not employed in any government office shall be qualified and given preference for appointment by lateral entry as police, fire and jail inspectors of its equivalent in the PDEA or NBI and other law enforcement agencies in the section of 36 Public Act 11131. Furthermore, if the applicant who are already in the aforementioned agencies as non-commissioned officers and who are already registered and licensed criminologists shall be given preference for lateral entry. Section 36 Public Act 11131.